Hi, everybody. Tonight we come together for some great laughs and the opportunity to see everyone smile, something we haven't been able to do for what seems like forever. This evening, we are also here to remember one who loved us and our gatherings. She believed in the mission of Catholic Charities and understood what we did every day to help those in need. Megan Martin. She was a committee member, co-chair of our fashion show, and a beautiful model who owned that catwalk every time she was up there. Before we begin, though, I have to tell you what Catholic Charities South has been up to. We are an office, but more important, we are a place where those we serve are helped. When many businesses, profit and nonprofit, closed in March, we didn't. Since March 16th, we have served thousands of pounds of food to hundreds of families each month. Our classes have continued via Zoom. Our elders, who always love to chat in person, are doing so on the phone, and those seeking help with rent and utility assistance have learned that we can help without face-to-face appointments. Two of our programs have suffered during this pandemic. Our nursing assistant training program was closed immediately as students were just ready to start their clinical work at St. Joseph's Nursing Home in Brockton. But because all nursing homes were closed to the public, that meant that we could not finish the classes. The second was Sunset Point Camp. We made the decision early based on our programming and didn't regret it, especially after the directive came down from the governor weeks later that residential camps could not open. It has been difficult for our campers and their parents, but we are hopeful that the summer of 2021 will be filled with the sound of kids at camp. This is Catholic Charities Giving Week. It is a time for all of us to help others. Ronald Reagan said, "We can't help everyone, but everyone can help someone." And finally, last week I heard about a chapel speech at St. Sebastian's School done by a seventh grader that was heartfelt, articulate, and genuine. He spoke about his mother, Megan Martin. Friends, our next speaker, JP Martin.
My mom would always say to me, make it a great day. I never really understood why she didn't just say, have a great day, like everyone else, until now. Megan Martin was known for always having a smile and making everyone happy. I can't remember a time where I was sad and wasn't cheered up by her beautiful smile and her cheerful personality. When I was just 4 years old, she was diagnosed with cancer while 7 months pregnant with my little brother Gavin. At the time, I had no idea what was happening or why she needed to go to the hospital every week for treatments that would make her feel so sick. I was so scared and confused at what was happening. I remember how hard her treatments were on her physical body. She spent a lot of time sitting in her bed feeling sick. I felt helpless, and all I could do was give her a hug and a kiss and tell her how much I loved her. On my mom's good days, she spent a lot of time working on raising money for breast cancer research. Every October, she would bring her friends together to plan a big fundraiser event for the Armstrong program at Dana-Farber. This was her way of making it a great day. Making it a great day means sometimes you need to put effort into turning good days into great days. Now I know what she meant by make it a great day, and not just have a great day. Because sometimes great days don't just happen, and you have to put effort into making great days. As my mom would say, let's all be the best we can and make it a great day. Thank you.
So I think that's hard to follow. Thank you, JP, for sharing that. Your mom would be so proud of you. Another way that Megan would make it a great day was through the work that she did with Catholic Charities South. Megan was a strong member of our events committee focused on raising funds and bringing the community together through the annual gala and fashion show. And for those that knew Megan, a party and fashion were her sweet spot. Behind the fun was her strong faith and sense of purpose. Catholic Charities South is dedicated to supporting those most vulnerable in our society. More than 36,000 individuals and families are fighting poverty, hunger, and homelessness. And the amazing individuals at South have worked so hard every day through this whole pandemic to support the basic needs and create pathways back to self-sufficiency. As a mother, I can only imagine what it would feel like not to be able to provide my family with a warm meal, heat, or a roof over their heads, and to have to do this all during a pandemic. How scary this must be. A third of South's operating budget is funded through these annual events and donors like you. So you can imagine what an impact it has been without these traditional fundraising events at a time when it's needed the most. We want to thank you all for the support that you've shown over the years, and particularly today. Megan had one more motto: one life, live it. So tonight, we're dedicating a night of laughter and smiles to Megan Faria Martin. If you've been to one of our Catholic Charities events, you've most likely seen or heard our next guest. We like to call her our resident comic for Catholic Charities because she's been making us laugh over the last 10 years with all these events. Well, she's back this year and she brought a friend. And so we're excited to have these two crazy ladies give us a peek at their lockdown reality and chat about some of Thanksgiving's traditions that we may or may not be missing this year. Please welcome Erica Welch and Kathy Ferris.
We're here.
Yes, we are here, and we unmuted before we got the evil text message. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. I love this whole thing. Make it a great day. Let's make it a great night.
It really is. Make it a great night. Or like let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Why don't we make it a great hour? Because I don't want to overextend myself with a whole great night.
I don't know. Let's do this the Megan way. We're going to make this a great day and a great night.
And I love the part about making it a great day is being an active participant and not just letting someone else give you a great day, because it really is amazing. And we're all wearing pink for Megan. I don't know if you noticed this. We're wearing pink. I have a glass of pink champagne that still has the bubbles in it. Much shock to my mother that I haven't drank that yet. And we're super excited to be here. I'm a stand-up comic and a storyteller. Kathy Ferris is a longtime friend of mine. We've been doing comedy together for 10 years. She's widely successful. She's won all these crazy things, and she teaches some amazing classes for kids. But without further ado, I would love to just jump right in.
Let's get into this. Yeah, we've got work to do tonight.
We have some amazing art for you. And it's when you say we have some amazing art, you might be like, art, but you have, June Martin. You've seen her craft over the years, and you're all probably glad to know that picture behind Kathy is not what we're auctioning off right now.
No.
That is it's more like postmodern. That's probably.
I will pay you to take this.
So we have some amazing art from June tonight. We have a painting that's going to show up in just a little bit. It really is stunning. It's called Situate Sunrise. It really is. It's a G clay print of the original oil painting by June. I don't know if you ever painted anything, but oil paint takes like 10 years to dry. So it really is like your worst nightmare as far as like a craft project. So it just shows the dedication to what you're doing in your craft. And this is actually, I was just joking that this is called a sunset. This is what happens when you can leave your house when the sun is setting, and you can actually see what happens with the sun. And this is when it goes down over the water.
Because this is when you're making dinner, Erica, and you're melting, everybody's melting down. Yeah, and people may lose that. All you have to do is now go into your living room and see it.
By making dinner, do you mean feeding my children their third meal of the day on the couch? Is that what you mean by making dinner? Because that's basically what's happening. And it's
whatever defines you.
This painting, we're going to start the bidding on this painting. It has a $500 value, which is crazy because it is just stunningly beautiful. And the frame, it's just amazing. We're going to start the bidding at $200, and it looks like we already have something at Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie would pay $240 just to skip the wine line. I knew that you were going to be the first to bid this. So this is exciting. We would love to keep the bidding going if we could. If we will, because no one's going to, until they unmute us, which let's be honest, it's going to happen, Kathy. and it won't be
we're
the first
you're
time.
at 275 already. Like, that's good.
You're
Right.
supposed to, if you want to go, if you want to bid, you should go into the chat function and say all panelists and attendees. And then Chrissy is actually there, and she's like kind of taking wild, like Forrest Gump notes. So she's going to figure out how far we go with this. But it really is a stunning picture, not only from the actual ocean part, but the actual cloud part. And this is actually Timmy's house. And so if you've never been to Timmy's house, you could actually just cut to the chase right now and buy this for 500. And if you never get an invite, then at least you have the view from his beach setting.
Oh,
So-
with 3. Good,
You
good.
should buy this, and you should actually just send out postcards, so you don't have to invite anyone, and you can just like sit around in your snuggie and watch sports. Not that you do that. Not that you do that.
And not that that's a bad thing. That's a bad thing.
So we've
Right.
recently been introduced to the cozy, and all my kids are literally wearing no pants and like huge sweatshirts that have a flannel on the inside. So we've got 350 now. This is amazing. This is great. We're gonna keep it going. Patrick just offered 350.
That's-
Anne Marie, are you gonna take that? Anne Marie? Who else do we have out there?
Are you putting people against each other?
Yeah, but is that wrong? I'm not. I think there may be some rules. Is there like actually like an auctioneer, like a test I should take? Because my moral compass is definitely like falling a little bit since COVID.
But we're already up to 400, so you're doing something right.
Okay.
You're doing something right.
That's Karen DeFiore. Oh my God, this. I love Karen. This is great. She could definitely use a sunset. Yep.
Mhm. I don't know Karen, but good for Karen.
Rumor has it, if you actually buy the sunset painting, you never have to be up for another sunset again. So you could just like, this could be like your good deed for the week, and you never have to actually pretend to actually load a camera and take sunrise pictures, which I did once. Woke up at like super early in the morning, and tuck at sunrise, and had no film on the camera. So it basically sums up like a lot of things.
That's about right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely does. This is Kristen.
Wow.
Yeah, this is great. This is a beautiful piece.
We're almost up to market value. Can you imagine how much further we could go?
I know, and I should try to bid, but if I try to bid, I'm gonna actually crash my computer, because I have like strings. I'm like this. I have like a master puppeteer thing happening here. It's amazing that it's not all falling down.
No, I get it. Yeah. You know what I like about this piece too is that, and I'm not going to tell anybody how to live their lives, but say you buy this piece.
Yes, you are.
And you put this in your living room. You could adjust it to the place. Like what I like about the artist signatures, you could adjust it to a place where you're like, oh, this piece, and just kind of insinuate like you did it, like you made it. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. Like some people are just naturals. Like, you just pick it up.
Right. I'm not saying to lie. I'm not saying to outright lie, but I'm saying just kind of give the illusion or the impression that maybe this was something that you did or somebody did for you,
Yeah, just withhold information. Like you said, it's a beautiful piece. It reminds me of the time I spent at Timmy's house. Oh, you don't know Tim? Let me give you his address. Let me give you a street address.
Yeah, I agree.
I think so.
I feel like we're stuck at 450. Are we stuck at 450?
I think we are stuck. I don't think, is it stuck, or maybe this is where we are. I think that is a good price for this. I think we can take it, and then we can move on. If Chris
Stuck is the wrong word. You're right. That's very generous.
It is very generous. But even the frame alone, if anyone who's framed something, it's the most annoying thing you'll ever do in your life, besides get your windshield changed. That's super annoying. But it's beautiful. So I think that we can call it at this.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Perfect. And then we're gonna go on to the next painting.
All right, so 450 for the sunset. I love it.
Yep. And so the form market value is 400. We're gonna start the bidding at 160. And this is called a flower. It's a peony. If you have one in the garden, you should smell it and see if you still have your olfactory senses, so you can prove that you don't have COVID. I think that if you can actually smell a flower, it's the same as getting a rapid test, so you can be admitted to any sort of facility that you need to.
Yeah, I think I saw that on a tweet. You're right.
It's just science. It's just science.
It's just science, Erica. Science.
It's science. It really is. It's called Heaven Sent, which is really what we all hope for.
Right.
Now
that's beautiful.
It really is beautiful. And June's been painting for as long as I've known her. And her first paintings were like, wow, that's really good. That's really good. But you can really see now I'm like 85 years old now, and so June's been painting for at least half that, and you can really see the technique. This is stuff someone recently said, like, don't hang anything in your house that's not from someone that you love or something that means something. And I think I have a few things in my house from Catholic charity events that I was like, every time I see it, I'm like, you know what, that's real art. This is real art, and it's like you can't get a price point for real art like this, and that's actually it's beautiful, and it's from her garden, the backyard of her garden, which hosted so many parties in Cannes. I don't know if you actually grew up in Cannes, Kathy. You didn't. I did. They actually had to have the hot tub removed because of the parties in the backyard of the house. So this maybe you didn't stop to smell the peonies when you were at the parties at the Martin House on Washington Street. But if you didn't, if you want to get a glimpse now to really see what you missed, you should definitely bid on this beautiful piece.
And it's a 30 by 30 too, Erica. So that's a good size. Yeah.
It's huge. I was saying, like, I was laughing because I think that it's big enough to actually hang over your family portrait.
Yeah.
We're all sick of our family because we spent so much quality time with them. Let's just hang it up over our family portrait. And it's a flower. It's a never-ending love. And it also comes out in the spring, which in the springtime we will all be hopefully over this. This also comes with a gift card. It comes with $100 Michael's gift card.
Oh, wow.
Which has saved us through the pandemic. We actually have done curbside pickup from Michael's. So basically, if you buy this now, if you actually keep bidding, $100 gift card, you're basically getting it for free. Like, you're getting original art from June Martin for free. So
right, and you're getting it right before all these cyber sales too, right?
Right.
So you get a $100 gift card and that, and
this is your Black Friday done, and we will deliver it under the dark of night, so no one has to know about what your online shopping addiction, because I think delivery is key with this, and we'll talk about it later, Kathy, after you're sad about how we have to come to terms with our Amazon package delivery, and there needs to be a different way. Like, it has to be like more Santa-ish, like dropping it down the chimney, and it has to just appear in your closet.
Good point.
I know, I agree. So we actually we're up to 300. So we're gonna move to comedy at that. Not that this isn't that this speaking to you isn't comedy.
That's really generous. Wow. So so the first one was 450 and this is 300. That's great.
They really are super, super beautiful paintings. You will not you'll be so happy with having them in your home. And I might try to like sneak in and take them for you, because I can't actually type and do comedy at the same time. So I might try to outbid you after the fact. We're gonna go to Kathy. Has such funny insights. She's a mom of like 700 kids.
No, Erica, not 700 kids. Erica,
so many girls.
It just feels that way. It feels that way.
It feels that way. And did anyone any bids in the chat for Kathy's painting with the child with the dagger through her heart? Like, is that like,
it says I'm a princess and she's not.
I love it. So I'm gonna give you some time alone, and I'm gonna let you talk about I was gonna introduce you as the woman that looks like Princess Di. She's such crazy Princess Di charisma. The look, the charisma is way. Look for her in The Crown. I can't believe you didn't.
Did we just not binge watch The Crown, right?
Oh my God, just season 4. But we're not supposed to. We apparently won't like her as much. So I hope that's not the case. But I'm gonna turn the screen over just to you, so you can talk about your secret addictions in COVID.
Okay.
Not all of them, because people are watching, but some of them, maybe one or two.
I like it. I feel so honored to be here tonight too. I will just let you know that my mom was a breast cancer survivor for 14 years and lost her. I hate saying lost her battle, because she didn't, because that lady was a fighter. Okay. And so I love doing these kinds of things, because one of the things my mom taught me, which is similar to JP's, is that laughter is a really good medicine, and making every day your best day, and you doing that and you creating your happiness that's what my mom instilled in me too. And so thank you so much for having me here tonight. I don't have 700 kids, I have 2, but my mom had 6, which isn't 702, but she had 6, and we had 6 girls. And I'll tell you, anytime I told people that I had 5 sisters, the same response every time. 6 girls, no boys, huh? Like I counted wrong or forgot about Kevin. Yeah, 6 girls. My mom was trying for a boy. Oh, so your dad was trying for a soccer team? No, my dad was trying to fulfill shift, 3 to 11 shift at Dunkin' Donuts. That's what this was about, okay? 6 girls. I mean, I get it though. 6 girls, that's weird. Anytime we were out together, we just looked like some kind of protest that couldn't get our act together. We looked like a poorly attended women's march. I mean, I get it. There was like a lot of infighting, and then there were these impromptu sit-ins and harassing people. We really weren't harassing people, though. I will say that we were not harassing people. What we were doing was we were offering them gum. That's what we did because we were friendly. But the thing is when you have that many kids, you've got to buy things in bulk. So my mom would buy gum in bulk. And she bought chiclets. I don't know if anyone here remembers chiclets. Chiclets kind of look like discarded teeth. And because she bought them in bulk, we'd have them in a Ziploc bag. So we'd be walking around the Boston Common with our Ziploc bag of discarded teeth, offering gum to people. And what they really thought we were doing is just some kind of cult recruiting team offering people homemade cocaine chutney. So that's what the misunderstanding was, okay? But 6 girls is a lot, and there was a lot of tough love. I remember when I was 11 years old, I was kicked out of the Girl Scouts of America because my troop leader hated me. My mom would always say, Kathleen, Mrs. Sullivan didn't hate you. Mrs. Sullivan was going through an ugly divorce, and you reminded her of Mr. Sullivan. No, that's okay. That doesn't bother me because I wanted to quit anyway. But my mom raised me that we never quit. If you signed up for something, you didn't quit. And I raised my kids that way. We don't quit. We just leave early and then never show up again. That's how we do it. It is nice to be here tonight, and thank you all for coming. I don't know if any of you are like me, a middle-aged woman, and you're just very comfortable in that now. Because for a long time, I just kind of fought this whole middle-aged woman stereotypical thing. Not now, not now. I embrace it. I lean in on the fact that like a big night out for me is in solving already solved Dateline mystery murders. I have been doing it for years. And I'll tell you, I'm incredibly inaccurate at it. Like bad. Like don't hire me. There have been like 4 episodes that I was convinced that it was Keith Morrison. If you don't know who he is, he's the host of Dateline, but you wouldn't know that because the guy never dresses up. He's always like in this casual, business casual stuff, like he's going to some kind of gender reveal party or Walmart for a murder kit. Yeah. I do love true crime because I am a stereotypical middle-aged woman. I love true crime. And what I find is that like not only do I watch Dateline, but I like to listen to true crime podcasts. And sure, people will be like, why are you filling your day listening to true crime? The reason is not only is it entertaining, it's educational. Because I learned that we should all have an if I go missing file on ourselves. I have one. And this has been working out great because my husband has no idea what my blood type is or the color of my eyes. So this thing's coming in handy. I'll tell you, if Jeff had one of these files, he'd have things like our tax forms, our life insurance papers. Mine has a list of people to notify right away so they can feel real bad about the way they treated me. I've got a photo of myself. It's like a good photo. You should always have one good photo of yourself because if you don't look good, nobody's looking for you. That's not a joke. That's just America. That's just how it goes. I do have a photo of myself, though, with my roots grown out so you can see my real hair color, just in case this thing takes more than 30 days. I'm not really worried about being abducted, but I'm terrified of Jeff being interviewed about it on the news. Yeah, Jeff is a computer programmer, an IT guy. I know what you're thinking. Oh, bet her antivirus software is up to date. That's none of your damn business, okay? But here's the thing. If we relied on Jeff, Jeff wouldn't, I'm just so afraid that he would like blank or panic or be himself. And he would say things like, well, I mean, she was here yesterday, I think, or 4 days ago. I'm not really sure. But here's the thing. If you see a woman who kind of looks like Princess Di, but with the facial energy of Prince Charles, call the authorities. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff he'd say on the news. And let me ask you, if you have somebody trying to appeal to the public about how search party worthy you are, who's going to listen to Jeff and take off on a Saturday and walk side by side through the woods for a lady who brings her own cheese to Burger King and can pass for a 43-year-old Owen Wilson? Not a lot of people, I'll tell you that. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a rant for that. I will say, though, that I do like to take my love for true crime and my unused art degree, and I recycle my wine corks by painting portraits of the wrongfully convicted. I've got an Etsy shop. It's called Go Cork Yourself. Right now, I'm featuring Brandon Dassey from Making of a Murderer and Linda from my prayer group. Yeah, we were real wrong about Linda. Now, you're probably looking at Linda and thinking, she didn't pick a really good cork. Actually, I did. I picked the perfect cork because, you see, that's not a deficiency in the cork. That's a suspicious mole, and we want Linda to get that checked out. So I've been Kathy Ferris, and I'm going to bring back my friend Erica Welch. And I want to thank you guys so much for being here and being in this, just such an important thing. And remember, let's just make every day a great day. Hey, Erica.
Let's make it a great day. Let's sanitize first. Let's just don't forget. Make it a great day, but don't forget to sanitize first.
All right.
That was awesome. I love your models, your puppets.
My Etsy
really
shop
is.
people.
I really just kind of feel like there might be a voodoo doll of me like that somewhere. I'm like, like, what is?
I was thinking maybe I should like auction these off. Does anybody know Linda?
Yeah, maybe the likeness of such. And if they do, how does she get her hair to flip like that?
Yeah, well, we all do it.
I love it. I love it. Oh my God, it is crazy. We the idea of coming together on Thanksgiving Eve would never be possible if it wasn't for COVID. One of the only benefits is because we all would be making pies and yelling at our children to do fill in the blank. Some of the things people wrote in, the weirdest things their parents made them do before people came over for Thanksgiving is to comb the rug hairs at the end of the rug. Not called hairs, the tassels, to comb the tassels. So you can private message us if you haven't seen these, but there's so many funny things our parents made us do before guests came over, to comb the tassels, or maybe it was just a sense of dread. Lisa Frisbee, she wrote in and she said that her mom used to make Thanksgiving meatloaf, which is so
Thanksgiving meatloaf? I love that.
But she made Thanksgiving meatloaf. However, she lived next to a grandmother who was an amazing Italian cook. So they all dreaded the meatloaf. They can laugh about it now, but it probably took years of therapy. It probably takes a lot of therapy. Oh, wait, I have 5 messages. I think that Lisa might be texting me. So it really is,
I'll say, like, combing the tassels, good for you for even having tassels. We only had like 4 tassels left. I don't know about anybody else on their rugs. Are you kidding me? Like, you have tassels?
Chrissy said that was her most important job, but there was a tassel comb to comb the tassels. And
that's the thing?
I have a friend who's not here tonight, but she was like, her mother used to say, if you're not doing things exactly how I ask, you are not helping. And she actually had like that on a pillow. Like, if you're not doing things exactly how I ask, you're not helping.
I like how you have a different voice, because my mother had that too, where she had our voice, and then she'd answer the phone like a completely different person.
Oh,
who are you?
Then she'd be like,
who are you?
She do this hand swipe.
You know, I'll tell you this, Erica. Like, as you know, I think of myself as like before pandemic Kath and after, and while I'm in pandemic Kath. And before pandemic Kath was like a snack cake enthusiast, and I still do like snack cakes, but I use them in a very different way now. And I just want to kind of pass this off to you guys.
Oh my God.
So, I don't know, like, this is a coffee. This is my coffee cake. It's a Drake's coffee cake. You got to get something that's really dry and absorbent, because what you do is you put your favorite beverage in there, okay? Whether it's wine, Adderall, whatever it's going to be. I'm not going to judge you. And then you can just walk around and it's like a portable thing. You can take this anywhere except a Rite Aid, okay? That's what bothers me. In a Rite Aid, you can bring in your like therapy dog, like a German Shepherd therapy dog, and like peruse all of like the probiotics, but you bring in a leaky Twinkie and you're trying on compression socks and they're like, you gotta leave.
Right now, because your veins don't.
That's
need
injustice.
compression in your
That's
lower
injustice.
body.
So like I say a coffee cake or a devil dog, those things are dry. You should never have a devil dog without a drink.
I think I actually like sustained life on devil dogs for a long period of time. Oh no, yodel. That was yodels.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't want to wait in the line. The yodels were in the front of the line of the lunch, so I could grab a yodel and then just pay and then just like socialize. I didn't have no time. I had no time.
Yeah, you just gotta get something that's real dry though. So it's just a different way. You know, you're mixing up. You got to do whatever's gonna cope for you.
I know.
Right.
Yeah, I was just laughing because we have had multiple degrees of Amazon, like the 7 stages of Amazon. Because when you first get into quarantine, you basically start ordering all this shit online, like, and you're like, and then inevitably someone calls you on your stuff, and they're like, it happened to me like on multiple occasions, and now it's still happening. So they were getting like 7 packages a day, and I said, listen. And my husband goes, he's Erica. He goes, this is out of control. He's like, there's 8 packages on the front stoop. We've been in lockdown for 14 days. He's like, what are you ordering? What is what are you doing? And I said, Brian, I'm sustaining life for our family through Amazon. I'm buying goods that keep us alive, light bulbs, batteries. And then I dramatically like ripped open a package, and I was like, and googly eyes. Like I have a package. I don't know what happened. I just ordered a package of like googly eyes. But they're self-stick.
For what? What is that?
Well, Kathy, they're self-stick for anything. You can put them on your car. You can put them on a tree. So now I have a couple extra. I should auction those off now. I will auction off my googly eyes. I think they're worth like $10 each. But I have to tell you,
I'll auction off my Scott Peterson. Unfortunately, he wasn't wrongfully convicted. I didn't watch the whole Lifetime movie, okay? Self-confession, all right? I will auction off my Scott Peterson. This is him like during arraignment. Like not during I don't know if you know Scott Peterson, but he's a horrible guy.
He's not a good guy. He's not a good guy. But at least you know that going in. At least you know that going in.
There we go.
Yeah, I think that what's funny about not knowing what you're going in is that the acceptance that you actually have the worst roommates ever. Like you would never pick these roommates in your worst nightmare. Like sorry, my husband can hear me. He's washing dishes, which makes him not a bad roommate, but still bad roommates across the board. Like there's stuff on the floor. There's like lights on in every room. It's really like there's people like no one's flushing the toilet. It's like, can we just pull it together for like 5 minutes? Can we have some semblance of order? It's really actually crazy. So along that arc of acceptance and COVID lockdown, have you experimented at all with home waxing kits?
No. My self-care, honestly, if you want to know, is that I don't know about you guys, but I did a little bit of Michael's myself, and I went and made myself a bracelet that has 27 keys on it, so I look like some kind of supervisor. And what I like to do is I like to go for a walk around a CVS and just misinform people about skincare products. And then I just come home and watch some television.
I love that. I like because there was a great book that I read called White Noise. That's in a time of crisis, anyone's opinion is more secure than your own. It's a great time for us because we can deliver things with authority, and people may or may not believe us. It's not my mom, but maybe a little bit. I think if my mom is watching, she'll be super psyched to see that I actually did Swiffer off the top of that the window behind me, so there's no more not coffee cake.
Why are you bragging about your husband doing dishes and that you're Swiffering the ceiling? Nobody wants that right now, Erica. We're all trying to just get through the day.
I really actually I agree with that. I don't mean to brag. I really don't have a lot to brag about, but I will tell you I have a secret tip and a trick that I'd like to share with you guys. So when the Amazon package situation got a little out of hand, I started sending packages to myself from Brian as a gift. And so when I opened them, I actually wrote like a nice note, and the note would be like, "You look great in this. I hope you deserve it." And I'd be like, "Brian, this is so nice. I love this." And he's like, and he would never say like, I didn't send that, because what man would say I never sent that to someone when they're so happy with what they sent. So that was one of my lockdown tricks is to.
Well, Scott Peterson would probably say that, but
I'm just saying. Just saying, you never know. You never know. Oh my God. Is there anything that you don't miss from your family? Oh, from your family, like gatherings, like the weird stuff, like fluff the pillows, like vacuum the rug in a certain way, shrug the shrimp. My dad was always like, shrug the shrimp. I'm like, I think we can buy the shrimp, not shrug. He's like, not in this house, shrug the shrimp. That was like the big thing. And if you don't know how to shrug the shrimp, you know what? It's one of those things like deboning a chicken. If you have to shrug the shrimp, you gotta like actually like open it, like take the vein out of the shrimp and the tail. It's disgusting, and it's messy work. Have you ever shrugged shrimp, Kathy?
I don't know any of that because I'm allergic to seafood, and it seems like I dodged a bullet there. So
lucky.
I don't even know how to engage with that. Okay.
I'm gonna send you some unshrugged shrimp.
Let me tell you, I don't want to brag, but my husband is really good at video games. Okay, so this whole lockdown, he has been killing it. We've never been more proud of him. Okay. There was like 3 weeks where the gaming system wasn't working, and I got that thing fixed. Okay, because my marriage isn't stable enough. It's not stable enough for that.
I don't think any of our marriages are stable enough to handle this. It really is so funny. It's like, so what do you want to talk about now? It's like, oh, but well.
It's like a roller coaster. Like one day you're like, I'm with my soulmate. The next day you're up at 2 a.m. looking at apartment rentals thinking, I think I can make this work on my own.
And then your kids, we just realized it because we've been not homeschooling the kids because they're still in the public school, but we realized how like little they actually know. And so I was trying to test our oldest to get him to pass a test, and all of the words that he knows are words that I would yell at him when I'm like, this is unfathomable. He's like, unfathomable means like you can't believe it's actually happening. I'm like, yes. Like, so he was like literally killing it on the vocabulary test when it comes to words that mean disappointed. I was like, oh my God, I'm literally failing at this. I literally am like, oh my God, I can't even. I mean,
I think that I don't know if that was our big ending, but I just do want to, and I know I keep going back, and I'm not trying to press on my cork people. Go corkyourself.com at Essay Shop. But I do have my neighbor, Darren. Now, Darren isn't, like, the thing with Darren was that he's not convicted of anything, but when we did have a power outage here, he started a Twitter war with Eversource that delayed everybody getting their electricity back. So you're staying on my Etsy shop, Darren. You're staying on my Etsy shop.
But how can you put him next to Scott Peterson? How different do they actually look? Is Scott Peterson
like talking about it? Everybody's different. Linda's different.
Linda's different. No, I think it's the facial hair. I think. Well, that's the other thing with as far as the.
That's Darren.
Oh yeah, totally different. I'm sorry.
What are you talking about? These are authentic.
He's clearly dead inside. I didn't really recognize the facial hair, and I did not realize that is actually.
Right. People are different. Scott Peterson, Darren.
I find them both really attractive. Like, is that like a lockdown thing? I don't know what's happening.
I did these before lockdown. What are you talking about? This is just a hobby.
I know. It's really.
Find your joy. Find your joy. I just think it's lovely that this says so much about Megan, that so many people came out before Thanksgiving and are here, and that says such a testimony to her and her light.
She really did have a huge light and like a huge wake in the best way possible. And I'm so glad that you came to help celebrate her and dedicate this to her and all the good things that Catholic Charities will do with all of these amazing funds and attention. So thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. That reminds me of my mom. And remember, we don't quit. We just leave early and then never show up again.
That's I honestly I'm literally gonna put that on a pillow. I'm gonna.
You should.
There's gonna be a big pillow, but that's all we're doing is selling pillow. But the bobbins keep getting messed up. Yeah, Kathy, thank you so much for joining us. Don't go off the screen just yet, but I love your new bangs. And the door prize winner is Jane and Bob Lash. Yay! With that, we are going to turn it back, I think, to Chrissy, unless I'm going to give the closing remarks. No, I'm going to do the closing remarks only because I just noticed how my earring is shining in the IKEA light that I saw. So I think that this is a good moment for me to give the closing remarks. we would love you to give Megan's favorite number is 24. And if you look it up online, 24, it symbolizes family and connection and friends. If you would consider making a $24 donation, that would be amazing for the Catholic Charities. They actually have this drive going that if you actually, they make 200 donors by a certain hour tonight, they get an extra $15,000. And if they get that number, then they get another $20,000 from the organization. So it really is a huge push just to even make $24. It's not a lot. I mean, like if you all learn how to make coffee at home, like I did during COVID, I think that is just like a small thing to throw up. I'm gonna read something from the chat. Then I'm not gonna read that. I want to thank everybody so much for coming out tonight. I want to thank my friend Kathy and Chrissy, but I want to thank Julie and Patrick. I want to thank everybody for everything they've done tonight. It really is an amazing tribute to Megan, and she would be so proud of everyone coming out under these crazy circumstances, and we really have made the best of it. Thank you so much. Love you. Thank you so much.